one of the coding writing interview, I have asked to write this pattern. You can see it, the practice pre-coding questions, and in the final exam also I have received this question. So based on this one, I have created a different patterns, and we try to discuss in this video so that it will be useful in your technical round, that is nothing but the Python level 1 interview. మీరు కనుక అలెక్స్ టెక్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఈ ఛానల్కి మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా వచ్చినట్లయితే మన ఛానల్లో డేటా అనాలిసిస్, మిషన్ లెర్నింగ్, డీప్ లెర్నింగ్, డేటా సైన్స్, జనరేటివ్ ఏఐ రిలేటెడ్ కంటెంట్ని తెలుగు అండ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మిక్స్లో మనం వీడియోస్ అనేది రెగ్యులర్గా పోస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం. మన ఛానల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి కంటెంట్ని లెర్న్ చేసుకోవటం, లెర్న్ చేసినటువంటి దాన్ని మానిటైజ్ అంటే జాబ్ ద్వారా ఎర్న్ చేయటం, ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయటం అనుకున్నటువంటి వారు మన ఛానల్కి అనేటువంటిది లైక్ చేయండి మరియు కావలసిన వారికి షేర్ చేయండి. బిఫోర్ దట్ ప్లీజ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు అవర్ ఛానల్. వితౌట్ ఫర్దర్ డిలే, నౌ లెట్ us jump it. Now let us see the pattern one. You can see it on this screen. So these are the 10 lines, and each line will be having the 10 stars. So for this one I am passing as a 10 the number of rows, and for I in range I to n plus 1, because I want to cover the 10 also. In the Python we can multiply the string within the double quote. The asterisk or star symbol is there. I am multiplying with n. So each line it will try to print. Now let us execute this one. You can see now the pattern number 2. You can see each line we try to print 1 to 10. Each line mean the same output we want to print. So the 10 number of rows is 10. For I in range, because we need to include the 10, so n plus 1. J in range is n plus 1. I am printing the j. So now I is controlling the number of rows. In each row it is varying 1 to 10, printing j, and I am making as an empty, such a way that there is no space and new line will not be created, otherwise it will try to print. So and I am using over here. Now let us execute. Now let us see the pattern number 3. Pattern number 3, each line I try to print one number, that is 1. Next line is 2. Third line is 3. And each, how many times do I need to print? 10. So I am giving a 10 as a row. For I is 1 to 10 j. So what I am printing, each iteration I will be taking 1, and it will try to print how many times? J times. J mean 1 to 10, and I am making as an empty, such a way that everything will be printed in the single line. Now let me execute. Pattern number 4, it is instead of 1 to 10 I try to print 10 to 1. In each line I try to print. So I am passing as a 10. I is the external loop, j is an internal loop. In here print 10 minus j plus 1. J is starting 1. 1 and 1 it is getting cancelled. 10 will be printed. 10 minus j plus 1. J will become a 2. 2 plus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. If we need to subtract from 10, then it will be 9. Then it will goes on, and the same thing will be repeated. Now let us execute. Pattern number 5. See, each line we try to print the number 10 to 1. So for loop will be the same, and here j loop it is also same. Instead of an j we are bringing I, such a way that, so I first one value I am getting, minus 1 plus 1 is cancelled, 10 will be printed. Minus 2 plus 1, it is nothing, minus 1, you can subtract it from 10, that is 9. It goes on. Now let us execute the pattern number 5. Now let us move to the pattern number 6. What is from A to J we try to print. Here the ASCII values. If we can see the ASCII values of A, capital A will be the 65, small a will be the 97. You can see the decimal values. So based on this one, I am taking as a 64 plus 1 when 1, that is 65 will be printed. A how many times will be controlled by J. So like this, next time plus 2, that is nothing but the 64 plus 2, that is 66, that is B. It is goes on. It is printing. Now let us move to the pattern 7. In this case, I need to print A to J. So in this case, 64 plus previous case I have taken as I, now I am taking as a J, and here the end I am making as an empty, so that it will not print in a new line, it will be print in the same line. So now let us execute and see the pattern 7. So A to J will be continuously print how many times? 10 rows. That is controlled by external loop, that is I loop. Pattern number 8. Now let us move. Instead of an A to J, it is a reverse J to A. So here I am taking 65 plus n minus I plus n. Now let us move to the 65 plus 10, that is 75, minus 1 if you can, minus 1 if you can do, that is going to print a J. Now let us see this one. So J I H G F E D C B A, it is ending over here. Now let us move to the pattern number 9. Pattern number 9 is J to A in the same line. So instead of an I am making as a J. So J value, it is continuously internal loop, so we are subtracting from here. I loop is controlling how many rows? J loop is controlling each row here. Now let us execute it. After this one, in order to print a new line, I am making as a print. This extra print I am adding. So this is the pattern 9. Now let us move to the pattern 10. So here first 1 star, second line 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, like this. So here how many rows? 10. I am taking for I loop 1 to n plus 1, that is a 10. I am multiplying this star with I. Each time you will get 1, second time 2, 3. So multiplication, string multiplication means that many times it will be replicated by I. Now let us execute this one, pattern 10. Now let us move to the pattern 11. You can see instead of an asterisk or star mark, I am printing 1, second line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this case, for loop and J loop, for I loop, for J loop, I am taking I value, I am taking and printing and using end, and next line I am taking as a print. You can see it over here. Now let us move to the pattern 12. Okay, so pattern 12, instead of an 1 2, I am making as 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. So here J value I am taking J, but here you can see I plus 1. How many times this J loop should come? I plus 1. That is the difference. You can see it over here. Here also you can see I plus 1. Okay, but here we are printing as I, pattern 11, pattern 12 we are printing as a J. Now let us execute the pattern 12. Okay, now let us move to the pattern 13. Instead of any numbers, we are moving alphabetical, that is uppercase. So here 64 plus I, it's I plus 1. You can say I plus 1, the same thing I am taking, and here CHR function I am using, and I am doing this pattern. Okay, now instead of an A, B, B, C, C, D, 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 I am making as A, A, B, A, B, C, A, B, C, D. So here instead of an I am making as a J, and that's only the difference between 13 to 14. Now let us execute and see the 14. Now here you can see this pattern, it's a reverse. First of all it is decreasing. Okay, so here the maximum value n plus 1 minus I value will be 1, plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled, 10 times it will try to print star. Next time I will get 2, 1 minus 2 minus 1, so we try to subtract from n is 10, so it will try to print 9, so it will goes on. Now let us execute this pattern 15. Now let us move to the pattern 16. Instead of n stars, let me put the numbers. So each time I am getting as I, this one, but here you can see n plus 2 minus I. Here you are using this n plus 1 minus I, but here I am using n plus 2 minus I. N is 10, 10 plus 2 is 12, 12 minus 1, it's 11. So this range will go to 1 to 10 including 10. So that many times I will be printed. Now let us execute the pattern 16 and see. This is the pattern 17. Instead of in a number 1 to, here I try to print 1 to 10. So in this case, instead of an I value printing, I am trying to print J, and after this one I am making as a print such a way that each line will be separated. Okay, that's the difference between there to here. Now let us execute this pattern 70. These 17 patterns has given some insights to practice different patterns. If you ask in a round 1 level 1 interview, you can do it. So if you have any doubts, please write in the comment section. I am putting lot of efforts to make these videos. Please subscribe to our channel such a way that our content can be reached to many people. Thanks for watching, and we try to meet in the next video. Bye.